Let's see. I don't know if any of that came in or not. Let me close this up back here so it's not so bright. That's the sunset out that way that I'm trying to watch. Does this help any? You see my pretty face yet? Almost. I'm going to have to close some of this off also. Bear with me. How's that? Can you see the smug now? Oh, almost. One more. I know what'll make it better. Right over here. There. Illuminate the smiley face. Okay. Here we go. Started out pretty good today. Was about 5 miles north of the St. John River, and was doing good. Tide was with me in there. Got into the St. John River. Tide was supposed to have changed. I was only there for half an hour, and the tide was supposed to change, but the current in the river was so strong. I was lucky to get 3 knots at any one point. I fought it almost 15 miles up until I actually hit Jacksonville, because you go through Jacksonville, crossed over underneath the last few bridges, and went into the bigger part of the St. Johns River, which it goes from like maybe a quarter of a mile wide and 40 foot deep out into a big, it looks like a lake actually. It's just like, it's huge. It's probably 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 miles wide at some places. Maybe not 10, but close to it. Finally, I was able to get some speed up. But when I got in underneath the bridges outside of Jacksonville, I found out that my chart plotter doesn't have any depths at all for the rest of the river. So I was flying by the seat of my pants, basically blind. Went through and I have lights. And anyway, it did show up. Well, I can't see if I do that. It did show up the markers that were sometimes imaginary. Sometimes there really weren't any markers there at all. It's just on the, I don't know if that's any better. Still got me in there. And so I kept going. All the thing I could go by was what I could kind of see where the markers were supposed to be, when sometimes they were just imaginary places, and my depth finder. And so it was a little bit tricky, a little bit scary. It was cold in the morning. It finally warmed up. The sun was out most of the day, and I made it. I'm probably about I'd say 7 miles from Green Cove Springs, which finally, I'm so glad, that I'm going to finally make it there, try to get everything done I needed to do, get hauled out, and figure out what I'm going to do. If I'm going to keep going, if I'm going to stay here for a while, if I'm going to do like my friend John on Dijon did, just sell my boat and say, the heck with it, I'm done, because I don't think I would do this trip again by myself. It was long, lonely. I mean, I even stopped talking to myself. That's how bad it was. Usually I talk to myself all the time, but I even stopped talking to myself. That's how bad it got. But I want to thank a few people that helped me to even get to this place. Number one is Peter Bomber. No, not Peter Bomber. Captain Peter Bomber. And I'm sporting all this stuff. Here's his stuff here. I got Ava Grace. I got his hat here. Peter. I don't know if you're going to look at this or watch this, but it's only thanks to you that I made it this far. He came through for me. He rebuilt my transmission, shipped it off to him. He broke it open, fixed it up. And he is going to start doing more of that type of thing. And then, of course, my sons, who both gave me moral support and some financial support, which I'm holding on to right now. I still have some left, but I don't know what I'm going to do. So I know I'm going to have to probably pull in here, and probably get on a mooring ball for another 2 weeks until my check comes in, then get hauled out, try to get the work done on it then. And like I said, after that, we'll see what's happening. If I'm going to go ahead and go stay here for a little while, or if I'm going to go down south and try to hit Bahamas, or if I'll just stay the winter here, and then head back up. I really don't know at this point. Right now, it's just like this trip, I have gone through more than most people have gone through in the time they had their boats. I mean, careened the first night off. Then I ended up having water in my fuel, which kept killing the engine. I have to stop it, bleed everything out, get it going. Then after that, my transmission goes out. Get finally hauled into a place so I can start taking care of things. And what happens? Lightning strikes my mast. Now you tell me, how many people have you heard or talked to who have gone through all of this in the short amount of time that I've been on this trip? Well, it's not short. It's been a month and a half. It's been over 6 weeks now, so it's not really short. But I've had more than my share of difficulties and problems, and basically getting them all done, taken care of. One of the things when I get down here, I have to get up and find out what's wrong with the top of my mast, get that replaced, put my VHF antenna back up. It blew out my VHF antenna too. It blew out my autopilot. My autopilot reads 180 degrees wrong, period. If I'm going south, it says I'm going north. So if I try to push something in, I have to push it the opposite direction to make it go. And then it'll go, but it won't come back and correct itself. So I got to figure out what's wrong with that. Got to get a new VHF. What else went out? All my running lights went out. Of course, it knocked the top off the mast. I haven't raised my sails because I haven't been able to go up and inspect to see if there's any damage to the connectors to the stays up there. Because with my luck, I'll think, oh, it's okay. I run a sail up, I get a little bit of wind, the stay pops off and my mast falls down. So I am not going to do it until I go up and check out and make sure there's no damage to the rigging up on top. And that's the one thing. That's the one thing that I'm not going to do, because with the way my luck's been running, that's what would happen. There would be one stay up there, shrouds up there, it's just melted, and it'll just tear everything up. So I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. So anyway, I'm actually relaxed, having a good time, drinking a beer, my beer, Yingling. You can drink it. It's backwards in the beer. Huh, I didn't know that. Sorry, guys. But, I'm going to be done. I'm going to relax, rest up, get down, or up. Well, it's funny, you have to go south to go up the river. Up to Green Cove Springs Marina, get on a mooring ball, talk to them about getting hauled out and all that stuff, get the bottom paint done, no matter what, I have to do that. And we'll just see what happens from there. I really don't know. John, I have no idea what I'm doing. Not a bit, not a clue. And kids, just bear with me. And if I'm lucky, I'll make it home. And Peter, I'm only here because of you, buddy. You helped me out more than you realize. And I do appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. I can't even tell you how much. And I will get everything straightened out and taken care of with you. I promise. I promise. Who else do I need to talk to? Oh, all you guys, if anybody at the marina, the new Carolina Beach Yacht Club Marina, hey, I hope to be back next summer. That's my plan anyway. And JoJo, you be good. Reed, you be good. Dylan, do a good job. Take care of everybody. And for now, I think I'm going to say bye because I've talked myself out. I probably have other things I need to say that haven't. Have probably other people I need to thank but haven't. If I have, I apologize. I want to thank everybody who has helped me, supported me, and wished me well. Well, this is